don't know what happened with this next one, but my camera was off, even though I looked at it multiple times and it said it was on. So for the first half of this animation, just gonna have to look at this picture of me in the corner, and yeah, sorry about that. This next one is called A Horrifying Dark Web Horror Story, and it was uploaded by Horror Shorts Party. What's good? Now this was sent to us by Tall Flipkick, who said, "Hey man, just binge all 40 of your Spooky Scary Sunday. Sheesh. Just to see what shorts I could send in the future, although I'm still looking. Here's another horror shorts." So first of all, Tall Flipkick, you're amazing. You just binged 40 episodes, averaging around 30 minutes a piece. That's like 1,200 minutes, ain't it? Give me a second. It chokes me up. Like y'all really out here love me like that. But in all seriousness, that means so much to me. Just all of you guys, just watching all the episodes and stuff. Like, it's crazy to think at one point I had 0 subscribers. You really can do anything if you try. Let's get it. Now, who narrating today? Who's narrating? Oh no, she said your boy Terrence. Deep Web Series 2. Ooh. Terrence Nicholson and Harriet. Let's get it. Ooh.
This story happened when my
The Grinch. Oh, y'all remember this one?
girlfriend Lindsay resided in Tokyo, Japan for her teaching abroad occupation.
That's what's up.
She taught English to foreigners for a fairly decent pay.
Okay.
I personally wasn't too cultivated by the idea, as the thought of Lindsay being in a foreign country by herself really stressed me out.
I can't wait for you to fly over.
Yeah, me too, babe. Hey, can you please make sure your doors are locked?
I already locked it, silly. Stop being so paranoid.
I know I'm being paranoid. I just
love you.
I just want you to be safe, okay?
Hey.
Don't worry, I am.
Being away from Lindsay definitely took a toll on my health, as I would constantly get anxious from worrying about her safety. Knowing that I didn't have the capability of protecting her from any unlawful perpetrators always gave me extreme anxiety. Which is why my doctor prescribed an inhaler for me to use every time I felt the symptoms get out of hand.
Okay.
I didn't do too well with long-distance relationships, but I really wanted to support Lindsay in her career endeavors.
Bet.
I'd fly over there on occasion, usually around the holidays when work wasn't so strenuous for the both of us.
Okay.
I remember spending the majority of my time watching the rather odd Japanese game shows while Lindsay and her roommate Saki would do after-hours work from home.
Lindsay and her roommate Saki. After hours work? What y'all think after hours work is?
While Lindsay and her roommate Saki would do after-hours work from home. Staying in Japan was quite the culture shock. I wasn't used to the Eastern lifestyle, but the longer I stayed there, the more accustomed I became. Or I should say, the more comfortable I felt with Lindsay's stay there. Being halfway across the world made me adjust my sleeping schedule, as I made it my duty to video chat Lindsay every day at exactly 3 a.m. in the morning. 3 a.m. over here was equivalent to 5 p.m. over there according to the time zone difference.
Dang.
I'd make it a routine to catch Lindsay after her work shift was done, even if that cost me a few hours of sleep. You guys doing anything for Halloween?
Yup, Saki and I are probably going bar hopping.
That sounds nice. I wish I could be there
Babe, we'll talk later. Saki's calling me.
Seeing that Lindsay...
See, I had my suspicions at first. They have been confirmed. I woke up at 3 a.m. to talk to you. Saki is your roommate. You gon'
had a roommate to acquaint herself with gave me a little peace of mind. A lot of my friends were well aware of how concerned I was about Lindsay's well-being. So much so that they would message me encouraging words to help
have my merch if you want to drip.
cheer me up. But all of that changed one night when I got a message from one of my close colleagues from school. I opened the message and read, "Hey Craig, I know you're concerned about Lindsay, so I thought you..."
Look at all these Easter eggs. We got Daniel from the Russian Roulette online a year ago. We know what happened to him, why he not getting back online.
The message and read, "Hey Craig, I know you're concerned about Lindsay, so I thought you might want to check this link out." It was a link to a forum titled, "Is Teaching Abroad in Japan Safe?" I hesitantly clicked the link, only to see the forum containing a large thread of positive comments saying stuff like, "Teaching there was a great experience, highly recommended," or "Once you go Japan, you'll never need another plan."
They really
I
thought
then
they
came
was doing
across a
something with
user
that
that
comment.
posted a comment saying, "For those who are considering being a tutor in Japan, you might want to watch this first before you fully commit."
Uh-oh.
With a link right next to it.
Uh-oh.
I felt extremely skeptical clicking the link, but my curiosity was too overbearing to withstand my compulsion, so I clicked it. I then saw a low-grade video of a woman with her hands bound to the ceiling while being completely wrapped in duct tape. The woman was also wearing a plain white mask over her face with the word dog written on it.
What?
I couldn't tell if this was a joke or some sort of sick snuff film until I saw a man approaching the woman
it's a
holding a
snuff
large
film.
machete. I could hear this poor lady screaming in agony as he began to shout, "What is your name?"
Please, sir, please just let me go. Please just let me go.
"What is your name?"
My name is Kathy. Please don't hurt me.
Wrong answer! Your name is Dog!
Oh!
That's when I exited my web browser and instinctively video call Lindsay. It was about 3:15, the time I usually video called her. Oh, why now? Come on, answer the video call, damn it! I assumed she was still at work, or possibly out with the roommates, so I waited patiently for a return call at her convenience. I decided to stroll around
He's too
Instagram
nice,
for
man.
another
At her
hour or so till it
convenience?
was time to call it a night. I noticed Lindsay had posted a few pictures from the Halloween night out she had a couple days ago. It looked like a huge costume festival of some sort on the streets of Japan. That's when I spotted a shocking revelation in each of the photos presented.
What?
I saw a man wearing the same god mask as in the snuff film
Look at
I'd
all them
seen
characters.
earlier, nonchalantly masquerading in the background of the photos. He was in every photo looking towards the direction of where the picture was being taken. Or should I say, the direction of where my girlfriend and her roommate were.
Wow. They didn't notice that?
That's when I get a video call from Lindsay.
Hurry up, hurry up.
I unnervingly accept it and see what seemed to be Lindsay and her roommate Saki wearing white masks with the words Dog 1 and Dog 2 written on them. "Hey, why the hell are you guys wearing that?" "I want to play a game." "Guys, who the hell is that?" They both stood there silent looking at the webcam, almost like my words didn't have any significant purpose to them. I then heard the man in the background saying, "Transfer $20,000 to Dog 2's PayPal account right now, or else they both die." What the hell is going on? Please, leave them alone or I'll call the—
Sir, I have $19.12 in my checking account.
Or else they both die. What the hell is going on? Please, leave them alone or I'll call the cops! So be it. Dog 2, take out Dog 1, now!
Please don't make me do this.
Do it! Dog 2, take out Dog 1 now or else you're both getting taken out!
Oh my gosh!
Do it, Dog 2! Take out Dog 1 right now, or else I'm taking you both out!
No, please, please.
That's when Lindsay raises a large kitchen blade in the air and stabs Saki in the neck. I can hear her gargling her own blood while struggling to gasp for what seemed to be her last remaining breaths on Earth. Dude, please stop this. I'm begging you. I'll do anything you want. Just please don't hurt my girlfriend. That's when the voice in the background revealed himself, only to unveil the same man wearing the god mask that I'd seen in the snuff film and Instagram photos earlier. He then grabbed Lindsay by the forehead and raised a huge machete in the air, saying, "Transfer the money or else this dog gets put down too." Dude, please, I'm transferring the money right now. That's when I grabbed my phone and immediately began to transfer $20,000.
Dang, you got it like that?
Here, look, I transferred $20,000. Now, please, can you let her go? I did everything you wanted. The man then approached the camera up close and began saying, "I'm just a guy trying to survive in this cold, cold world. I just do what I have to do to put food on my family's table, you know? Just know that
Really?
God has nothing to do with this." What the hell? I began a request for another video chat, but there was no answer.
Please let her
That's
go.
when I get 2 messages from Lindsay's account. I click the chat box and see an image of Lindsay's severed head on top of the computer desk. The other image was a meme face with the caption, "Gotcha."
The next one is called The Boy Sitting on the Beach, and it was uploaded by Juan C Entertainment. Now this was sent to us by Mina Boothang, who said the thumbnail still remains unknown to this day. I don't know what that means, but let's press play.
A few years ago, it was in January.
Dang.
It was so cold that our town was all frozen, and the streets were very quiet back then. I was living on the 2nd floor of the apartment building at that.
Them streets loud now.
What?
I'm a top tier comedian.
And the streets were very quiet back then.
Streets loud now. Get y'all one more.
I was living on the 2nd floor of the apartment building at that time, and I could see a small park and a bench in the direction of my balcony.
Alright.
One night, it was around 9 p.m. My cell battery had just died, so I went near the balcony to pick up my charger, and I saw a child sitting on a bench about 30 meters away. It was snowing heavily outside at the time, so I thought it was a little weird for a child to sit on a bench alone in the middle of the night,
Right.
especially on this cold day.
Yeah.
However, I soon decided not to care about him, thinking that he's just waiting for his parents. Then I surfed the website
weird.
for a while, and it was about 12 a.m. I went back to the balcony to lock the window, and that kid, he was still sitting on the bench. Looking at the back of his head, I began to worry that something might be wrong with him. So after thinking about it for a long time, I posted a post on the website I often go. Guys, there's a child out there in this time. Should I call the police?
Time out. Why aren't you just going out there and, hey, you alright? Just want to make sure everything's alright. You've been sitting on this bench and it's like 0 degrees outside. This second went to Twitter?
I then looked back at the bench. Maybe I can talk to him for a second. Thinking like this, I opened the window and shouted at the child. Hey! Hey, kid! He seemed not to hear my voice. He was just sitting there, not even looking at me. I shouted to him a few more times, then gave up. Went back to the living room, checking the comments, and there was one comment caught in my eyes. Hey, listen, that is not a human.
Whoa.
Just shut the door and go to sleep. Do not talk to him. I got goosebumps. I slowly went out to the balcony again, and to my surprise, the child was gone.
He talked to it. He
Was he
invited
a
it in.
real ghost, or just gone somewhere? Thinking like this, I tried to shut the window that I had left open earlier, and looked down at the window inadvertently. And there was a child. He was standing in front of the first floor, still turning back. Holding my breath, I got so surprised that I quickly closed the window and locked it completely to the inner door. However, I ended up staying up all night that day. Eventually, nothing happened that day,
Good.
but I still think it's the weirdest experience of my life. What if I didn't see his comment
Really?
at that moment? Wouldn't that ghost have come into my house through the window? Of course, that kid may be a real person, but I still can't forget the back of his head.
Or Shorts Party. Hey, they make some really good ones. We watched that Deep Web one.
This happened to me when I was working at McDonald's. My boss assigned a schedule amongst our staff. I was unfortunately scheduled for the night shift on Fridays. I didn't usually mind, as we didn't get a whole lot of business around this time of night. My boss was pretty laid back and didn't mind if I went on my phone during business hours,
That's dope.
so long as I got all my work done.
Hey.
I remember dozing off repeatedly due to the fact that I wasn't fully acclimated with the night shift hours. Psst. That's when I heard someone making a psst sound, the kind of sound you make when you try to draw someone's attention. I notice a customer trying to make an order outside, so I quickly greet them with my usual, "Hi, welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order?" I then heard a man say, "One Whopper, please." "Yes, I would like one Whopper."
Sir, welcome to McDonald's, home of the Big Mac. That's like working at Panda Express and somebody walk up and ask for a taco.
"Whopper, please?" I couldn't tell if he was being a smartass or not, so I ended up saying, "This isn't Burger King, sir. We don't serve that here."
Right.
I heard him chuckling profusely after I said that.
What's funny? Go to Burger King.
I quickly checked the security camera, only to see a clown. The clown
Ronald?
was standing in front of the drive-thru menu without a car. It's not Halloween. Why the hell is this guy dressed up like that? I really didn't want to serve this guy, so I decided to use our company policy as a plausible excuse for him to exit the premises. "Hi, sir. Unfortunately, you need to be in a vehicle in order to purchase something here." "If you don't have a Whopper, I'll take a Baconator instead."
Oh, you think you at Wendy's,
I now
huh?
could tell this guy was some random psycho harassing me. I instinctively yelled, "Get the hell out of here before I call the cops!" I cautiously stick my...
This voice actor, same as in that Deep Web story. He got the most energy, dude.
Get the hell out of here before I call the cops! I cautiously stick my head out the window, only to see the clown no longer there. A couple hours later, near the end of my shift, I notify my boss and fellow employees regarding the situation. They all dismiss my accusations by saying ignorant things like,
When your little sibling comes into your room.
"Get the hell out of here before I call the cops!"
Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay.
A couple hours later, near the end of my shift, I notify my boss and fellow employees regarding the situation. They all dismiss my accusations by saying ignorant things like, "Did you get his autograph?" Or,
Wow.
"It was probably some guy that thought it was Halloween." I annoyingly pretend to be amused and head home. The following Friday, it was my time to work the night shift again.
No.
I really dreaded working this shift, especially after what transpired that day. I tried to convince myself that it would be highly unlikely that I'd encounter that clown again.
Please.
As time went on, I remember dozing off as I get startled by
always
another
going to sleep.
sound. I urgently check the security camera, but don't see anyone present.
Oh no, he's
At
inside.
this point, I genuinely thought I was hearing things due to my subconscious mind thinking about the clown. My paranoia must have been at the peak of its height. That's when I turn my head towards the drive-thru window, only to see the clown staring dead at me.
Ew.
If you don't make me a Big Mac, I will kill you.
You got money?
My heart sank to my stomach. The clown knew my name. I immediately grabbed my cell phone to call the cops, but my hands were trembling so much that I actually wasn't capable of dialing anything. The clown started screaming my name, Trevor, repeatedly. "Trevor, Trevor, Trevor, I am not loving it! Trevor, 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 Trevor!" I see blood dripping down from his head. I started shouting from the top of my lungs, "Leave me alone or I will call the cops!" The clown runs away as another car approaches the drive-thru lot. I stupidly resume work and...
Yeah, imagine. After all of that, leave me alone before I call the cops! Hi, welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
wait for my boss to come in. Upon his arrival, I explain the entire situation to him. He then dismisses me by saying, "Don't sweat it, kid. It was probably some drunk. You can go home now." As he was talking, I noticed a cut on his forehead.
What?
I could even see blood start to drip from it. No. It can't be. "Goodbye, Trevor." No!
Hey! I don't want to hear this. Ooh, they setting the mood. They set in the mood. Oh! I know y'all see him. Narrated by none other than Terrence Nicholson. Voice acting is about to be on point automatically. Favorite voice actor ever.
This story happened a couple years ago when I was in my early teens. It all started when I went to the movies with my friend Sam to go see the world premiere of The Dark Knight. The movie garnered a lot of notoriety at the time, obviously due to Heath Ledger's leading role as the Joker. I personally thought it was the greatest movie I had ever seen, considering I've seen almost every Batman movie that ever existed. I decided to buy some Dark Knight merchandise at the vendor
Terrence Nicholson shop.
who's located in the theater. What appealed most was how cheap the Batman masks were selling for. I didn't have a Halloween costume picked out for October yet, and neither did my friend Sam.
Yo.
We both
Easter egg.
collectively purchased one mask each and figured it would make for an easy costume to trick-or-treat with. I can honestly say it was an astronomical improvement from the cliche bedsheet over the head ghost I was last year. Fast forward to October 31st. Me and Sam both wore our Batman masks and began going door to door, looking for an opportunity to fill our candy sacks faster than any other trick-or-treater on the block. Trick-or-treat! Well, happy Halloween, Batman.
Yo.
I mean, Batman. That's it? Lame.
What you say? Boy, I'll snatch that bag out your freaking hands. Get off my porch.
That's it? Lame.
Get the hell off my property, you ungrateful twerps!
The majority of the houses were
Yeah.
pretty generous, with
Yeah.
the exception of a few bad apples, to say the least. On this particular night, there wasn't many houses that had their lights on, which generally meant that they didn't really celebrate Halloween, or in other words, they weren't giving out candy.
Facts.
Me and Sam were understandably upset considering we'd been walking for at least an hour. I continued
What a-
trick-or-treating while Sam began to head home through the pit located in the middle of the neighborhood.
Why didn't I just stay home and watch SpongeBob?
The
SpongeBob never gonna be the same.
pit was just a fancy nickname for the forest reserve, which was generally used for nature walks during the day. But me and Sam went there solely for the sake of a shortcut home. I began walking about half a block down when I see more houses without their lights on. Screw this, I'm going home. I eventually approached the pit while beating myself over the head for not leaving at the same time as Sam. As I entered the pit, I instantly had second thoughts of taking the longer route, as this route seemed nothing short of irresponsible and dangerous.
Yeah.
I ultimately decided to man up and continue walking through the pit, as I didn't want to prolong my already dreadful night. Why the hell did I have to take this route? I can barely see anything.
Right.
I knew I should have dressed up as a skateboarder. I would have been home already. I remember the pit being so dark to the point where I could virtually see nothing except for whatever my cell phone light was illuminating.
No.
What the
Not
hell
that
was
clown
that?
again.
I began walking faster as I could hear faint sounds of what sounded like a maniac clown laughing. What the hell? Who's there? Who's there? At this point, I was so
it's the
petrified,
McDonald's
I
clown.
instinctively dropped my candy due to the adrenaline rush flowing through my body. I couldn't care less about the candy, as I genuinely felt like my life was in danger.
Run!
That's when I saw the source of the laughter standing a few feet in front of me. It was a man dressed as the Joker from the Batman movie I saw previously. He honestly looked like an exact replica of Heath Ledger's with a hint of blood on his costume. What made this more disturbing was how casual his demeanor was. He just stood there smiling at me like my appearance was amusing to him.
No.
I didn't want to express the fear I felt internally, so I tried to playfully marvel at his costume and say, "Hey there, I really like your Joker costume." No matter how hard I tried to keep a composed poker face, my body language and mannerisms couldn't help but show the fear that bled inside of me.
Bro.
He then took a couple
No.
steps closer to me as I began to cautiously take a few steps backwards. Hey man, what the hell do you want from me? Why so serious? Happy Halloween. The man surprisingly walks past me while I watch him in complete shock. What the hell was that? Was that some real-life Joker? At this point, I continued walking home while looking back every 2 seconds to make sure the man wasn't lurking behind me. I eventually make it home and watch a couple of YouTube videos, trying to forget the creepy encounter that just took place. That's when my dad pops into my room and asks me to answer the house phone. Hey, Mark, answer the house phone. Hello?
Hey, Mark, is Sam still with you?
That's when I felt my heart drop to my stomach.
Oh, that was his friend.
No, he left to go home way before I did.
Oh my god, why would you leave without him? He's not even home!
Sam's
Hey!
parents ended up calling the
Hey, my
police, which
fault.
resulted in an entire block search party. What came of such an innocent Halloween night turned into a nightmare. Sam's remains were eventually found in the pit, with his face lacerated into an exaggerated smile, and his head decapitated from the body. I haven't trick-or-treated since, and I still live with the regret of not leaving at the same time as my friend. I informed law enforcement about the bizarre encounter with the man I saw that night. Call it speculation or whatever you want, but I know the death of my friend Sam had something to do with that sick man. Or should I say, the Joker.
My god, why? Why did you take my son from me?
This is horrible.
Why, God? God, why? Why did you take my son from me?
Police are looking for any witnesses to come forward in the connection of a deadly homicide of a teen. The victim's remains were found at the local park observatory. The suspect is described to be approximately 6 feet tall, Caucasian, and was last seen wearing purple attire with a green vest and tie. Police say the suspect is described to have face paint imitating the Joker from the blockbuster hit The Dark Knight. If anyone has any tips, please contact your local
Batman,
law
where was
enforcement and
you?
you shall remain anonymous.
What?
Alright, Karen,
Freak.
back to you.
Oh, wait. She was from that other thing we watched. Oh, I love how all his animations are connected. She was from the other one. Look at him. Sick.
Trick or treat! Well, happy Halloween, Batman. I mean, Batman. That's it?
Whoa! Y'all see what happens when you ungrateful?
Lame?
Get the hell off my property, you ungrateful twerps!
Horror Shores Party. Y'all know what time it is. Who narrating? My boy, Terrence Nicholson! And Ariane.
I hate Christmas. I hate it with the most malice intentions ever.
Why?
As a matter of fact, the thought of Christmas makes my skin crawl.
Bruh, why?
I wasn't like this before.
It's the best
I
holiday.
used to cherish the holiday tradition, but all of that's changed now. It all started a couple years back when I was 26 years old.
Okay.
It was the holidays, so Christmas was around the corner while festivities were in full effect.
Fact.
Hey, I'm on my way to pick you up.
I'm excited to go Christmas shopping!
Hey.
Yeah, me too.
Talking to your
Me
girl?
and my girlfriend Emma had dated since high school, so the bond that we shared was something most couples couldn't fathom, to say the least.
Really?
I decided to propose to Emma on Christmas. Figured I couldn't go wrong on such a monumental occasion. I remember it being a snowy evening when me and Emma went to the mall to do some holiday Christmas shopping.
Bet.
The mall was bombarded with more shoppers than usual as there was a holiday sale going on in almost every store.
One thing I love about Horror Shores Party, there are so many Easter eggs. Exhibit A, zoom up there. You see that? He was on one of them other episodes. Let's go back a couple frames. Foot lettuce, as in Burger King foot lettuce.
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger is someone's foot fungus, but as it turns out, that might be what you get.
Man, I love the Easter eggs.
More shoppers than usual as there was a holiday sale going on in almost every store. I remember being in need of a festive outfit for my parents' upcoming Christmas party as my wardrobe lacked the attire. I decided to check out the clothing store Forever 21 as I could see they had a wide variety of selection from first glance.
Some heat in there sometimes.
I picked out an array of various Christmas sweaters and headed to the fitting room while my girlfriend waited outside for me.
Y'all see what I'm seeing? Emma got that dump truck.
Oh yeah, fits way better than my dad's lame hand-me-downs. Hey babe, how does this look? I noticed my girlfriend Emma wasn't there.
Sure.
I figured she must have gone back into the store to look at more clothes. As I left the changing room, I noticed from the corner of my eye that Emma was outside the store waiting in a huge line for something.
What?
I ended up purchasing one of the sweaters and began to approach Emma.
Why you leave?
Hey babe, why'd you leave me hanging in the fitting room?
I wanted to line up and take a picture with him.
Emma, this line is huge. I'll just dress up as Santa later and you can take a picture of me.
He's not Santa, though.
I looked towards the direction of where the lineup began and realized that there were two separate lineups. One lineup was for a professionally taken photo with the mall Santa. The other lineup was for a picture with a man dressed as the Grinch. We were unfortunately in the lineup for the Grinch as Emma was a pretty big fan of the character. I personally found the whole ordeal bizarre considering he didn't have any professional setup like how the mall Santa had. No platform, no chair, no professional photographer, no elf services, just him and the bench he sat on. I assumed he was one of those street performers that just dressed up for donations, except there was no tip jar or anything that would allow guests to donate in. Emma, this guy looks kinda sus. Can we just leave?
Please just relax, Henry. It'll only take a couple of minutes.
I decided to bite my tongue and proceed with Emma's request as there was nothing I could have said that could convince her otherwise. As we got closer to the front of the lineup, I could visibly see the Grinch's eyes light up with exhilaration. Almost like I brought a sense of enthusiasm into his day. I decided to be ballsy and lock eyes with him, just to express more of my alpha male side towards this man.
Let him know!
As the
What you looking at? I don't know who the alpha male is. We could stare all day. That's how I be in public too. He be looking, I'm like, we could take this outside if you want.
line gradually progressed, I realized that he wasn't making eye contact with me, he was looking at my girlfriend Emma. It was blatantly
Saw that
obvious
dump
he had an
truck.
interest in my girlfriend due to the lack of attention he was giving others taking photos with him. What the hell is this guy's problem? Why is he checking out my girlfriend? We eventually reached the front of the line and approached the Grinch to take a three-way selfie with my cell phone.
Hey, buddy, the girl gets a picture first.
Dude, that's my girlfriend.
He sound like Jim
I
Carrey
said,
too.
get behind the girl, kid.
Stupid green prick.
Another beautiful hoe.
What did...
Woke up and chose anarchy.
Did you just call me?
I mean, ho, 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 Merry Christmas.
Nah,
What's your name, little girl?
My name is Emma.
Ooh, what a beautiful name to match such a beautiful face. Why don't you come here and sit on Daddy's lap? Dude, what the hell is your problem? Back off, loser. She wants a picture with me, not you.
He's my boyfriend. Don't talk to him like that.
Sit on my lap and be a good girl, Emma, or else Santa won't give you any presents this year.
There we go, Emma!
Putting you on my naughty list, you little brat!
That's when we decided to head home.
Oh! Out of
I remember
pocket!
dropping off my girlfriend at her place and then heading home to assist my parents in prepping for the Christmas party the following night. My parents were really old school and put a lot of effort into decorating their household, especially during festive holidays like this.
Bruh, that whole
Later
ordeal.
that night, I remember making myself a glass of hot chocolate spiked with a little bit of my dad's whiskey. I sat by the fireplace and enjoyed the fire crackling ambience while casually sipping on my drink. Figured I couldn't go wrong with that on a warm Christmas Eve.
Where's your family at? Oh, he lit.
I remember hearing my cell phone ringing throughout the night. I recall being so intoxicated I couldn't see nor hear anything distinctively.
Oh.
Everything was blurry. It felt virtually impossible to move any fiber of my body, almost like I was stuck in a subconscious state of sleep paralysis. I began to close my eyes and doze off again.
Bruh, that's his girl hitting him up. It's going down over there.
A couple hours later, I recall a voice whispering my name.
Hey, Henry. Henry, wake up. Hello, wake up, little drunk. It's me, Santa.
I could vaguely see the outline of a man that looked like a Santa figure standing in front of me. Bear in mind, I was still in a groggy and incoherent state of mind, so making out the gentleman's minuscule facial features was almost an impossible endeavor to comprehend.
Hey, Henry, I bought you a Christmas present.
Dad, is that you?
Henry,
It's your dad,
I
Green.
want you to open up this Christmas gift first when you wake up. Do you understand me?
Dad, sir.
I'm going to leave it right here in the middle of the Christmas tree, okay?
That's his girl.
Okay.
Anyways, Merry Christmas, Henry.
Merry Christmas, Dad.
Time to go to sleep again, Henry.
Bruh. He done wrapped up his girl's dump truck.
A couple hours later, I get awoken by the light from the living room window illuminating on my face. I realized I had blacked out due to the spiked concoction I had whipped up the previous night. I checked my cell phone and realized that I had about 10 missed calls and over 100 missed texts from Emma. I opened the text messages, only to see the text reading,
Hey, is that you? Are you inside my place? This isn't funny, Henry.
and so on and so forth. What I found more disturbing was the last batch of messages, which read,
I knew you were going to propose all along.
Merry Christmas, Henry.
It just kept repeating, over and over again. I began calling Emma's cell phone and only got her voicemail. That's when I closed my eyes and began recollecting the imagery of what transpired last night. I could vaguely recall someone dressed as Santa and leaving a present underneath the Christmas tree. That's when I noticed a box that looked out of place from the rest of the presents. I took the box and opened it, only to discover a severed hand. The hand had a message on it which read, "Marry me."
Terrence, why you laughing right now? That freaking Grinch. When all of that joke was popping off at the mall, yo, soon as my man started talking crazy, I've committed the unforgivable.
I'm someone who goes on the deep and dark web constantly. It's not what people
Back up from your mic.
think, where it's evil and overpopulated with crazy people. That's only a small percentage of the dark web.
Okay.
Years ago, my girlfriend broke up with me, and I put her personal information on a forum. And soon after that,
This man is a psychopath. His girlfriend broke up with him, so he put her information on the deep web?
personal information on a forum. And soon after that, she disappeared. It's been a while since that happened.
She dead!
And I've ran into people that have disrespected me since. I'm not an intimidating guy, nor do I look intimidating. Nor do I ever have physical or verbal conflicts. I always think to myself that these people don't know what could happen to them. I work at a fast.
This dude is like Yagami with the death note. You make this dude mad? I'm putting you on a deep web. Oh, you stepped on my shoe? Deep web. Oh, didn't match me on Tinder, huh? Deep web. Didn't Samurai slice the like button on this video, Maya? You know where you about to go, huh?
Food restaurant. And at the time of this story, my manager was really on my case about everything. I would be late, mess up orders, have an attitude with customers, and some other stuff I could name, but it's so much. I understood that I was messing up, but the tone that this guy would talk to me embarrassed me in front of my coworkers, and sometimes in front of customers. One day, though, that was the last straw. So one day I walked into work
to the deep
5 minutes before I was due to clock in, and my manager out loud said that the window liquor is finally on time in front of customers and my coworkers. Everyone laughed at me. During my whole shift that night, he would direct smart comments toward me, while still yelling at me for everything that I did wrong.
Dang.
I made up my mind. I was going to find that forum and give his information. On my walk home, I was going back and forth with myself about whether to do it or not. By the time I made it home, I made up my mind. I didn't shower nor did I change clothes. I went straight to my laptop and I searched. I possibly clicked maybe 100 links because on the dark web there are links that will take you down any rabbit hole. A link named Pork Chop piqued my interest. When I clicked it, I was directed
to make him into pork
page.
chops.
It only said 6 words. We find it, we chop it. And another link that said, here's an example of what we do. I clicked it, of course. As soon as I clicked on it, the picture went to the point of view from an old school camera, with the date and time in the corner of the screen. The person behind the camera approached the man and followed him. A few minutes go by, and the man noticed what was happening. He turned around and approached the camera while yelling and screaming at the person for following him. Then all of a sudden, you see 5 huge guys dressed in black wearing a pig mask run from behind the man and drag him into the dark. The person holding the camera turns the camera to his or her face and leaves it there for about 5 to 10 minutes. That person also wore a pig mask, but all you could hear was the man screaming and sounds that I don't want to describe in the background. The camera was then turned back around and the sight that I saw was disturbing. It was something that no one would ever want to see. Some people say that they wouldn't wish it on their worst enemy, but I did.
Yep.
After the video was over, there were links. One said pork and the other said chop. I clicked on the pork and it prompted me to put in a code. I didn't have one, so I backed out. So I clicked on chop. There was information that needed to be filled out, like name, height, description, and place. I filled out all the info for my manager. And the place, it was my job. I submitted the form. At the end of the screen, it said, see you soon. 4 days later, while at work, my manager approached me and decided to apologize for the way he treated me, and offered to give me more hours and said that he will work with me more often because he sees potential in me.
Sorry, pal. I already put the head out. I'm sorry.
Hours later, it was close to the end of the night. My manager helped me with the trash and took it out for me. As I were putting chairs on top of the table getting ready to mop, I looked outside and saw my manager looking over at something, but he looked worried. I moved to get a better look and I saw what he was looking at. He was surrounded by 6 people in a pig mask with weapons in their hands. I ran outside as they swarmed him, except for one person. He had a camera. I forgot all about these guys, and then I put his information on the website. I ran outside as they approached him. He looked at me for help, but I ran back inside and called the police. It took them 10 minutes to get there. When I looked back outside, what I saw was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. I wish I can get the image out of my head. Between the time of me initially seeing them, calling the cops, and running back outside, these guys were gone. But my manager was still there. I went to his funeral the next week. The next day I received an anonymous email that had the whole video. They were watching him this whole time he was on shift. I don't know how they got my email. I never provided any of my information. Till this day, I still feel sick because my manager was starting to be nice to me that day. I can't go back on the dark web.
Hey, y'all see that? Be nice to people. You never know, the last person that you bully just might be the one that put you in a death note, or in real terms, the deep web. This was uploaded by Horror Shorts Party, and this was sent to us by Mac2725, who said this animation disgusted me. So let's get disgusting. OnlyFans, link in bio, baby.
I will never look at life the same way after what I experienced. It still bothers me just thinking about it. It happened a while ago when I was working as a cashier at Starbucks. I worked part-time as there was unfortunately not enough hours available, so moving out of my parents' house wasn't the easiest endeavor to accomplish.
Hey, I've been at my parents' house for 2 days. I'm already ready to go home.
My parents always nagged at me for the latter part of the day, which always had me stressed out.
I feel that.
They would always send subliminal jabs alluding to me moving out.
Dang!
I'll never forget the time my dad confronted me while I was doing laundry. Hey, Jason, can you ask for a raise at work? I can't exactly do that, Dad. I'd probably get fired if I tried that.
What?
Well, can't you work somewhere else then? I'm gonna need your room soon, because I plan to make it Charlie's room. Charlie was my baby brother.
Oh, okay.
Well, can't Charlie stay in your room a little longer? I said I'm gonna need your room, damn it! Well, where the hell am I supposed to stay then? Figure it out! You've had plenty of time now! I've always avoided going home.
Dad,
after that,
chill!
especially after confrontations like that.
my
I would much rather
God.
procrastinate at work after my shift was done, just to avoid the inevitable arguments that awaited me. Sounded like a better deal
I wouldn't want to go home either.
anyway. It'd been a few weeks since the tense clash with my dad. My life had been a little bit more bearable
Four Shorts
since
Party
I started
karaoke.
going to this local karaoke bar located down the street from my
Hey.
workplace. I would make it a routine to go there after work just to instill a little more enthusiasm in my
Yeah,
already
man.
dull life.
Get some happiness.
I was a regular, so I knew all the employees on a first-name basis.
Who that
What
is?
you drinking tonight, hot stuff?
How about
I'll
you,
get the
baby?
usual, Sally.
Wait a minute. It's you again. Jason, right?
Yep, me again.
Good to see you again, Jason. One order coming right up.
Thanks, Sally. I really enjoyed coming
Hey,
here
Sally,
as
what you
it was
doing
the
after
perfect
work?
place for guests to lounge
Ugh.
with just a small admission fee. The bar always held live performances from various bands, so there was usually a decent-sized crowd always in attendance.
Hey, girl.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the
final Drake performance over of the there?
night. Please give it up for the lovely Katie!
Oh, Katie about to hook it up. All right, Katie. What you talking about?
Falling for you. I can't keep away.
Yo, low key?
Are you listening?
I'm listening.
I want you to stay.
Hey, kid. Doesn't
Yo.
she have the prettiest...
Don't talk to me, bruh. Head shaped like a jumbo peanut.
Eyes you've ever seen? Yeah, she's definitely a pretty gal. Katie had a lot of diehard fans that would show up to support her. She was really attractive, which made older men look like young teenage boys fanboying over her. I've had the privilege of chatting with Katie after her shows before, but this time I mustered up the courage to ask her out.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Katie,
Jason?
it's me again.
Who are you?
Jason, we
Hey.
met on several occasions after your performances. I'm a big fan of your voice.
Thanks, Jason. I really appreciate.
I think you're the best singer ever, and you're really gorgeous.
Jason, relax.
Thank you.
I was wondering if we could potentially
Oh,
exchange...
Jason. All you men are alike. I bet you just want to see what I look like without my clothes, right?
Yeah, I gotta be honest, but at the same time, I'm not saying that it can't grow after that. Like, but I'm not about to walk up to you if I'm not trying to get to know you.
No? I mean, yeah. Katie nonchalantly takes my cell phone and begins punching in her contact information.
Really?
Holy crap, this is actually happening. I must be dreaming.
Okay,
Here you
Jason.
go, Jason. Hope to chat with you more.
Definitely, baby. Kate.
He needs some milk.
She should have took his phone and deleted her info. Definitely, baby. Come on, bro. Come on.
As I was on my way home, I decided to be ballsy and give Katie a goodnight text.
Oh my god.
I then noticed she had given me a link to her OnlyFans page as opposed to her phone number.
Oh my god.
What the hell is this? Well, at least I might get to see some nudes. I've personally never used an OnlyFans before, but if there was going to be someone's account I was going to check out, it'd be Katie's. I eventually make it home and
don't
open up her
start
page on my
sipping, bruh.
computer browser. A subscription of $10 a month? Netflix doesn't even charge that much.
Facts.
I unfortunately
actually, they
didn't
do.
have the funds to purchase such things, but my curiosity was what put the nail in the coffin. I took out my credit card and shamefully typed in the details on the site. I was now officially...
Let me speak to y'all young boys. Don't y'all simp for no woman. Alright? right? She gonna take that $10. She gonna string you along. Oh, Jason, oh my gosh. Give you a little shoulder. Jason, yeah, thanks for coming to my OnlyFans. And that's all you ever gonna get. She gonna take that $10 and she gonna buy some food for another dude.
What more do you want from me?
Message from the Shogun.
Initially subscribed to Katie's OnlyFans account. I began scrolling around, seeing a lot of mature content throughout her page. I can honestly say it wasn't the most regretful decision I ever made, as I got to see a different side of Katie. Or should I say, a different side of my longtime crush. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
Bro.
Throughout the night, I continued to browse through more of Katie's content till it was time to head to bed. It'd been a couple of weeks since that whole ordeal occurred. I still worked as a cashier at Starbucks and made it a routine to go to the karaoke bar after work. Everything had pretty much been the same except I hadn't seen or heard about Katie since.
Uh-oh.
I couldn't help but feel like I had some sort of role in Katie's sudden disappearance from the bar, so I decided to snoop around her OnlyFans once again.
It's that guy.
Later that
peanut
night,
head.
I had Katie's OnlyFans open on my computer. The monthly subscription I had paid for previously was still in effect, so I could still view her content. There were 5 observations I accumulated right off the bat. The first observation was that her status said,
What's good? Oh, my bad. Are you recording? Oh, yeah, I'm recording. What's up?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Close the freaking door.
active 5 minutes ago. I assumed she had lost interest in the singing gig and was pursuing the OnlyFans endeavor
she started
solely.
making a lot of money from
the
that.
The second
Trust.
observation was that she began to wear sunglasses in all her recent photos. Interesting. The third observation was that her photos were being taken in an old wooden cellar, not the aesthetic bedroom that she once previously
What the freak?
The fourth observation was that all her pre-existing content was deleted. Why the hell would she get rid of it?
There was some blood on the
The
floor.
only thing left on Katie's page was 3 photos of her posing with sunglasses. The last observation was the one that struck me the most.
What?
I could tell her recent
The
pictures
shadow?
were being taken by someone due to the shadow presented in the photos. Call me Sherlock Holmes if you will, but I had my suspicions that something just wasn't right.
She
I
did.
decided to direct message Katie saying, "Hey, it's me, Jason, from the karaoke bar.
Bro, she don't
I'm not sure if you
remember
remember me, but
No.
I wanted to know why don't you perform there anymore?" About
She's
10 minutes
dead.
go by and I get no reply. She probably gets 1,000 messages. I bet she'll reply to this though. That's when I decided to bribe Katie by sending a convincing message saying, "Hey, if I tipped you $5, could you send me a video of..."
Oh, we got money bags over here, $5. I bet you gonna say something now. I'm sorry, it's the difference between Starbucks money and OnlyFans money.
Self smiling on camera. About a minute later, I surprisingly got a response from Katie showing a hidden video with an option of unlock for $5.
Wow.
I end up accepting the purchase, only to see a video of Katie wearing sunglasses. She just stood in one spot, not saying anything.
She moving?
I then heard a male voice in the background saying,
Smile for the camera, you vermin!
Katie then involuntarily puts on this bizarre and unnatural smile, almost like she was a cartoon character from a Disney movie. I felt really disturbed from what I was witnessing. I decided to continue the game of charades and say, "If I give you $5 more, could you send me a video of yourself kissing the friend you're with?" About 5 minutes had passed and I got no reply. I honestly thought Katie was done with my pathetic games until I got another message of a hidden video with a $5 price tag on it.
That sucks that you gotta, I never been on OnlyFans. I ain't simping for nobody. But can they really do something to where you have to unlock it and then watch it? Because what if it wasn't what you paid for? She could mess around and be like, oh yeah, unlock for $500. Then it's just gonna be foot pics. Yeah, I know some of y'all into this. I'm gonna give y'all a couple seconds. Go ahead.
I hesitantly unlocked the video, only to see a disturbing clip of Katie saying,
He's not my friend! Don't ever say he's my friend, because he's not.
I knew it!
He's more than that to me. He's my everything. He's my one and only love.
"That's my good girl. Oh yeah, the young boy wanted some kissing action. Let's make his money's worth, shall we?" sick to my stomach. I then realized that the gentleman's appearance stood out to me like I recognized him from somewhere. I couldn't exactly pinpoint where I knew him from. He definitely looked familiar to me. The man then said,
I bet you'd love to see Katie's beautiful eyes, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
Bro, he gouts him out.
I'm gonna make this your best $5 ever spent.
He gouts him out.
That's when the man removed the sunglasses from Katie's face, revealing her eye sockets with both eyeballs missing. That's when I exited my web browser and immediately turned off my computer. What the hell was that? That was wrong on so many levels. I decided to head to bed and call it a night, hoping to sleep off the nightmare I just witnessed firsthand. It's been a couple months since the incident had occurred. I haven't seen Katie's OnlyFans account since, as I assume she deleted it. Or should I say, that man in the video did. I haven't told anyone about this, and quite frankly, I don't know what to do. I still go to the karaoke bar with an optimistic attitude that one day I'll see Katie again.
No. You never gonna see her again.
Falling for you, I can't keep away. Are you listening? I want you to stay before you go. I want you to know that I'm down. Hey kid, doesn't she have the prettiest eyes you've ever seen? For you.
That's my boy right there. Y'all know Terrence Nicholson. Y'all already know him. Show it to me. Oh, shoot. Upgrades? Hold on. It's like a robot, bro. Prequel. Y'all remember that one? Y'all remember these? Yo. Terrence Nicholson! And Ariane. Or Ariane. She's awesome too.
This is a story that took place back when I was living with my ex-girlfriend Jasmine.
Tell me what happened.
I had recently moved from my parents' house and into an apartment complex where it was surprisingly quieter compared to the suburban area I was used to.
Okay.
Jasmine and I were both college graduates who worked full-time in our respective fields of study. I was in the construction business as I was always a blue-collar...
We know you the same guy from Snapchat. You not slick.
As I was always a blue-collar kind of guy who enjoyed hands-on work revolving around the trades industry. Jasmine was a financial advisor, so she usually got to work from home while I had the usual 9-to-5 that I've become accustomed to for the latter part of my life.
Okay.
On my off time, I would usually hang out with Jasmine at our local park or simply kick back and binge watch several shows on Netflix till I had completely passed out.
Hey.
Going to our local park around the evening time became a daily occurrence of ours. As rowing back and forth on the swings was Jasmine's way of de-stressing just before the very next day at work. This became a daily routine of ours since we moved into the new neighborhood.
Frick are you doing here?
Feel more comfortable within our new whereabouts.
Hate that dude.
Well, at least with the exception of Saturday nights, when I usually video called 3 close friends of mine from where I originally resided. Their names were Joe, Max, and Steve. This was a way I could stay connected with my friends, as I didn't want to tarnish my friendships with them, nor did I want to be known as the odd friend who cuts people off because he was quote-unquote whipped.
Hey Rick, how's your stay over there?
Must be good getting some action without your parents in the next room.
No comment.
Hey boys, we gonna keep talking about Ricky's love life, or we gonna get this party started? Cheers to that, Stevie boy.
Dang, what's the rush? We have all night, dude. Alright, who wants to go first? This was how me and my friends socially interacted with one another.
What are y'all doing?
We shared our personal scary stories and videos from around the internet that would be categorized within the horror genre. My friends and I have been horror addicts since childhood, so geeking over anything horror related was equivalent to our summer camp days back when we were still in elementary school.
Okay.
I didn't want to abruptly end the so-called tradition we had established despite living miles away from them, so I would make sure I video called them every so often.
Okay.
I recall dozing off from the lackluster stories being shared by my 2 friends Joe and Max, until it was Steve's turn to share his story.
You guys ever been on the dark web?
No, not me.
Stop right there.
Not me.
People get
Dude, don't
kidnapped
tell
on
me
there.
you actually went on it.
I personally didn't, but my
Good.
younger brother did. He recently showed me this
You did
weird
too.
snuff film the other day that I thought you guys might like.
I personally felt intrigued by the idea as I didn't know or see much content regarding the dark web.
You know what a snuff
All
film
I knew
is?
was that it was a hidden browser that sold illegal products you would find on the street,
And
except
people.
everything was online, or at least on the dark side of the internet. That's when Steve extemporaneously invites his younger brother in his room and introduces him.
Hey boys, say hi to my brother Eric.
What up, dude?
What's up, Eric?
You guys want to see something cool?
No.
Hell yeah.
Box chin.
Sure, dude.
This better be good, or else I want 5 minutes of my life back.
Eric shares his screen and opens up a video from an array of MP4 files shown on a folder. I then saw a low-quality video of a woman
No, is that the girl? Because y'all know Horror Shores Party's animations are like all connected. Wait, was she from OnlyFans too? No, I think that's the girl that was like a singer at the bar, maybe? Either way, we know who that is.
suspended in midair with her arms and feet attached with steel chains. She was oriented in this awkward bird-like position, almost like her perpetrator had no intentions of providing any circulation to the woman's extremities.
Oh my God.
I could see this poor lady desperately wailing through the duct tape on her mouth while hopelessly trying to free herself by vigorously shaking her arms and legs.
Bro.
I remember gasping in awe
Look at
as
him.
I didn't know if this was some sort of weird hoax
Maybe you
or if
shouldn't
this
be
was a
on there.
legitimate snuff film about to unfold. That's when I heard a loud sound abruptly come from the background, like someone was revving an engine to a motor of something.
A
I
chainsaw,
then
maybe?
saw a large man approaching the woman while wearing a pig mask and holding a running chainsaw
Oh.
in a barbaric fashion. It looked like some psycho wanting to Renaissance Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, based on the way he held the chainsaw and the attire he presented himself in.
You're my lucky number 20. You know that? I never thought I'd reach this milestone. You know? All that hard labor. Just to get to you. Do you even know what you put me through? Huh?
Oh my God!
Tell the people watching at home how much you appreciate my hard work.
Maybe this isn't the girl from the bar.
Say it!
I got tape on my mouth!
Thought. You're going to be the best doll I've ever had.
She's
You
still saying it!
complete me.
Rick, what the hell is going on?
Babe, listen. Turn it. You know when you try to X something out real quick? Babe, hold on. Start clicking real fast. Babe, hold on. Let me X this out. Babe, hey. How you doing, girl? Looking cute tonight. How you doing? But babe, I heard screaming. Yeah, this got dark real fast.
Jasmine, get out! I don't want you seeing this!
Bro,
That's
he
when
didn't
the
even try to
pig
X
began
it out.
Pierced the chainsaw into the woman's arms and legs as each limb dropped from her torso and was left dangling from each chain. No. This can't be real.
Nah,
what
it's
kind of
too
sick
late.
person would do this to someone? I remember feeling the sensation of a trickle of blood running down
Oh
my
my-
nostrils as I see
Whoa!
my friends visibly shaken up by the footage.
Whoa!
The woman had all 4 of her limbs dissected by the chainsaw as she eventually collapsed on the floor and began having a seizure. I abruptly end the video call.
Maybe that
I
is
couldn't
the bar
watch that
lady.
anymore. I decided to message my friends through a group chat saying that I was throwing in the towel and heading to bed. Trying to comprehend what had just occurred was almost impossible.
Look at this man.
I couldn't help but tremble in the same
Shook.
spot for about several minutes. I eventually end up crawling into bed and laying next to Jasmine while trying to force myself to sleep and not think
Bruh.
about what transpired on that video
Watch
chat.
the whole snuff film.
This is when the story gets more disturbing.
What?
Fast forward about 2 years. My life has taken a drastic turn for the worst.
What?
My girlfriend and I mutually agreed to separate while my dad passed away at the age of 45 due to heart failure, leaving my mother and 3 children, including myself, alone.
That's sad.
I never felt so depressed in my life. I would sometimes spontaneously cry at work while trying to hide my emotions from the other employees. It honestly felt like the days were getting longer and my weekends were getting shorter as time went on. I couldn't help but think that that video was some kind of curse. I
Why?
remember being at the stage where I had completely isolated myself from everyone around me, including my close relatives. I eventually developed an obsession over the dark web and installed a Tor browser on my laptop. I wanted to climb further in the rabbit hole. I wanted to see if I could discover anything related to the pigman or the woman he had mutilated that night. I recall surfing the Hidden Wiki only to come across
Michael
a few
Jackson's
links selling
breath in a
various
bottle?
weapons, illegal services, and narcotics. I obviously wasn't interested in such things, so I began browsing some more. After 2 hours of intense searching, I found similar style images of females having their extremities amputated and then being sold as so-called dolls.
Welcome to the game. Y'all remember that? Oh, my eyes about to start watering, bro. That junk is so real!
I came across an MP4 file on the homepage of one of the links on the Hidden Wiki. I pressed play and saw a video of a woman swinging back and forth on a swing with a paper mask on her face. This honestly looked like the same setting as the previous video. I then saw the same large man approach her as he kicked the poor lady off of the swing and began yelling,
"Bark for me! Now walk, doll!"
That's when the amputated woman began walking on all fours as if she was a stray dog or something. As the pigman got closer to the camera, I could see he was wearing what looked like the skin face of an actual human. What makes the story more disturbing was how similar the skin mask looked in comparison to Jasmine's face. From the identical fragments to the skin complexion to the swing, all the pieces were starting to add up as I genuinely believe this woman could potentially be my ex-girlfriend Jasmine.
No way.
I then Googled Jasmine's name, only to find her in a missing persons report. Several months later, my speculation would finally come to a halting stop as Jasmine's body was found in a black garbage bag, located in a dumpster outside a meat market. At the time that this occurred, Jasmine was found unresponsive and in critical condition. She was eventually taken to the hospital and miraculously survived her injuries. About a year or two after her recovery, she was given a formal unpublished interview, but it was reported that she had suffered from severe Stockholm Syndrome. This is what it looked like.
Today is currently Wednesday the 21st.
Why they have her on camera like that? You mean to tell me after a year and a half of surgeries, that's what she still looks like?
The time is approximately 3 p.m. in the afternoon. We are here with Jasmine, who will briefly answer questions based on her current health and share her story. Now Jasmine, if you feel uncomfortable at all during the interview, feel free to let us know and we'll take a break, okay?
I want to return home to Master's Swing, where the world is divine, and the dolls are beautiful.
So, first and foremost, how is your health today?
I want to return home to Master's Swing, where the world is divine, and the dolls are beautiful.
Jasmine, how would you describe your experience while being held in captivity?
I want to return home to Master's Swing, where the world is divine, and the dolls are beautiful.
Can you describe your captor's appearance?
Why are you still talking to her?
Jasmine, are you okay? Do you need some water?
I want to return home to Master's Swing, where the world is divine, and the dolls are beautiful. I want to return home to Master's Swing, where the world is divine, and the dolls are beautiful.
Can you please tell us what his name is?
Swing, where the world is divine, and the dolls are beautiful. I want to return home to Master's
Jasmine,
Swing,
please,
where the
disclose
world
your
is
captor's
divine,
name
and the
to
dolls
us.
are beautiful. I want to return home to Master's Swing,
Tell us his
where
name,
the world
damn
is
it.
divine, and the dolls are beautiful.
Tell
I
us
want to
his
return
name.
home
Oh my
to
God!
Master's Swing, where the world is divine.
What is
and the
your
dolls are
master's
beautiful.
name?
His name is Pigman.
Yo, that junk got crazy. Well, shout out to Ariane, first of all. She killed that. You know my dude Terrence came through. What is his name?
What is your master's name?
Now, since this is the Halloween special, I wanted to do one that we've already seen, but it's one of my personal favorites for Spooky Scary Sunday, which is I Heard It Too. And this was uploaded by Eden. Now, this was sent to us by Mystery2, who said this gave me nightmares for weeks. I remember the first time we watched this, I was so shook.
Sarah!
A girl heard her mom yell her name from downstairs. So she got up and started to head down. As she got to the stairs, her mom pulled her into her room and said,
I heard it too.
So what I want y'all to do is put yourself in that position. You hear your mom or your dad call you from downstairs. As you're about to go downstairs, your mom or your dad grabs you and says, I heard it too. S-tier terror! Heck no. Heck no.
Stay.
And it
Stay
keeps
here
just
and don't make a sound.
calling her name. Oh, you're done. Why is it? Oh. Why does it keep calling her? Just Just watch your mom get bodied. What's up with the glitching? Don't make no noise. Oh my goodness. Why would you leave that early? Good job. Static, man. This one just gives me a queasy feeling, man. Just makes me feel uneasy. And the last one for this week is called True Paranormal Activity Horror Story. It was uploaded by Horror Shorts Party, one of my favorite animators. This was sent to us by Hey Chan's Apples, I think that's how you say it. And it said we watched it at night and it was disturbing. So, let's jump straight in, shall we? So, Australian, bruh. Like, I think I was born in Australia and I just didn't even know. Don't you think so? Outback.
This is the most terrifying thing that has ever happened to me. I want to share my story with the world, now that I have closure.
Oh.
It all started...
It is my favorite voice actor, Terrence Nicholson. Yo, this dude is fire, man. If you know, you know. That's all I gotta say.
I immediately grabbed my cell phone to call the cops, but my hands were trembling so much that I actually wasn't capable of dialing anything. Trevor, I am not loving it!
A couple years ago when I was living with my girlfriend, who we'll call Sarah for the sake of the story. I remember we were both in the living room watching a movie. We usually did movie nights on Fridays, and it was my turn to select which movie we get to watch. I was personally a horror fanatic, so I chose a horror film.
Good pick.
It was pretty late in the night when this occurred, so it really made the movie that much more intense. Sarah wasn't really into the horror genre, so you can imagine the kind of reaction she had throughout the movie. Midway into the movie, Sarah asks if I could walk her to the bedroom. I reply by saying, sure, after the movie's done.
You know I don't like horror. Please just walk me to the bedroom. I'm scared, Trevor.
We can leave when the movie's done. I sat through your whole movie last week, so it's only fair that you finish mine.
Please don't do this to me. I'm really scared, Trevor.
Quit being a...
Hey, you don't want to focus on the movie? There's other stuff for you to focus on, baby.
Don't do this to me. I'm really scared, Trevor.
Quit being a chicken. I'm not leaving the couch till this movie's done.
Hey, he kinda...
I hate you!
Dang!
Sarah angrily gets up and heads to the bedroom on her own while I...
When your mom tell you you can't get that new Corey Kenshin merch?
I hate you!
When McDonald's shake machine broke?
I hate you!
Sarah angrily gets up and heads to the bedroom on her own while I continue watching the movie and mentally prepare myself for the argument that awaited me. About 10 minutes later, my throat begins to itch, so I decide to get a bottle of water in the kitchen. As I stood up from the couch, I get startled as I see Sarah standing in the darkness of the hallway. Sarah, you scared me. I thought you were in bed sleeping. Sarah just stands there with her eyes wide open, gazing into my eyes with her emotionless expression, almost like she was looking into the depths of my soul. I assume she was still upset about earlier, so I said, I'll be waiting in bed, as I casually walk past her. As I open the bedroom door, I see Sarah laying in bed asleep.
Whoa!
My mind raced with mixed emotions of confusion and absolute horror. I could have sworn I just saw her. I decide to peek outside the hallway, only to see nothing. This can't be real. I could have sworn I just saw her.
You did.
I must be hallucinating.
You did.
I just need to stop watching scary movies this late at night. I disregard what had just occurred and crawled into bed with Sarah.
Make sure that's the real one.
At 3 a.m. in the morning, I wake up to a loud sound which sounded like glass being shattered. I noticed Sarah was no longer in bed with me, which I found quite bizarre as it was very uncharacteristic for her to be awake at this time of night. I could hear weird noises coming from the washroom outside the bedroom. I cautiously get up and began to approach the washroom. I could hear Sarah in there. It sounded like she was talking to someone, or something.
A voodoo chant.
I opened the door, only to discover the most terrifying thing I had ever laid eyes on. I can see Sarah standing in the bathtub covered in blood. She had smashed the mirror and used the broken shards to lacerate her body entirely. She then began yelling the words,
I hate you! I hate you! I hate you!
Her voice was demonic. I was thoroughly convinced that this was not my girlfriend and that she had been possessed by some sort of evil entity.
Yeah.
I stood there quivering, not being able to move a muscle out of shell shock. Sarah then pulls the shower curtain, unveiling a message on the wall which spelled, I hate you.
I get it.
Written in blood.
I heard you.
My legs go completely numb as I collapse to the floor. Sarah then picks up a...
How many of y'all, when you get scared, literally fold yourself like an omelet?
Sarah? Sarah, oh my gosh, what's happening?
Sarah then picks up a large piece of the broken mirror and yells one last time in her demonic voice, I hate you! She then pierces the shard across my chest repeatedly, stabbing and stabbing and stabbing.
Oh my gosh!
I remember seeing a bright white light as my life flashed before me. That's when I open my eyes and wake up to a movie playing in the living room. This isn't the horror movie I played earlier. It must have been a movie Sarah put on. I checked the time and it was exactly 3 a.m. I looked to my right only to see Sarah staring dead at me with a grimacing look. What's wrong, Sarah?
This is the third time you fell asleep to the movie that I picked on movie night. I hate you.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say it.
Sarah?
Run!
Sarah?
Do y'all see why this man is my favorite voice actor? That I really enjoyed that animation. That was good. And so was this entire week. I'm gonna clap that up for y'all. If I could give y'all 2 10s this week, I would. And so I'm gonna need you to do it again. 2 10 weeks in a row. I need it. I need it. I crave it. I require it. I'm gonna see y'all on Sunday. Y'all only got a couple days this time to get the best of the best together. I need it. Until then, Spooky Scary Sunday.